Today we're going to be discussing Twisted Hate by Ana Huang. But I had a question, Cheli. How do you feel about the book cover? Does it make you feel any sort of way?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Isn't it just a man?
There's two versions of the book cover that I've seen. So one of them is just a man. Mm-hmm. If you're watching us on YouTube, we will post it right here. But then there's another version where I think it's just a yellow cover. I don't remember what color it is.
Oh, yes, I do remember what her cover looks like.
Or maybe I'm confusing it with a different one.
Hers is just the writing on it. I remember because she uses the same font everyone else uses. Mm-hmm. I actually saw a cover that looked just like this, except it was called like To Love and Hate, I think. Mm-hmm. And they literally did it the same, like the same cursive. If you put this cover up too, the same cursive where they wrote To Love To, and then they put hate in that same format. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I wonder if that author did that so someone can be like, is that Twisted Hate? I'm gonna buy it. That's so smart.
Actually, that's a good idea. I should do that too. So this one isn't the yellow one. This one looks more like coral.
Yeah. What about it though?
What do you think about the covers?
I mean, I'm not going to go and tell my whole like friend group, like my life has been changed for these covers. They're kind of basic.
Yeah. But I would take these covers over. Did you know that people are making AI covers? Book covers?
Oh. Do they just write it? You know what? Wait, I have a story.
You have a story?
I have a story connected to that.
No way.
I'm a teacher. Mm-hmm. One of my students is so into writing books. Mm-hmm. And she's just always been like that. I've known her since she was 2 grades below. Because I was in a program where I watched all the little ones too. And she was always like on Google. And she would go on PowerPoint and make 2 boxes to make it look like it was 2 pages. And she would write and write and write. And like in her mind, she was like, oh, I filled in a whole box writing in 72 font. That's 1 whole page. Wow, I'm writing a lot. You know? So she was really sweet. Yeah. So cute. So she would write like, oh my God, I wrote like 300 pages. This is amazing. You know, she was really into this. She would always show me her front cover. Like she would always format it and everything. And then she's like, okay, this story is about this, this, and this. What would you imagine on a cover? And I'm just like, okay, I think I would imagine like, you know, trees in the background and a black cat right in the middle. And she was like, okay. And she would go on this website and she would write trees in the background with black cat in the middle looking sinister. And then it would generate it. And that's how she made her covers.
No way.
Yes.
What the fuck? So this has been happening?
It's been happening since she was in 3rd grade.
What?
This girl has known. Fuck? This girl's known. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I guess I could say I'm a little bit of a supporter. I'm not a supporter. I support her. She can do that and do no wrong.
Yeah. Well, she's a child.
She's a child. Her story slapped though. But
her 72 font story, I'm sure it was so good.
It's really good. It's actually 16 font. I'm joking. Okay, but she would do it. That's fine. I can't imagine being an adult and not willing to pay someone to make you a cover. That seems really important because that's your first I guess you could say like, what's the word? That's the first way you judge
your
a book.
Introduction.
Thank you. Because I didn't want to say judge a book because judge a book by its cover. But that's your first introduction to a book. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's your hook. Like you should be able to hook the readers with your cover. And to just get that AI generated, I think it loses that. Like it loses what you wanted. I mean, with my student, she would write in exactly what she wanted. But none of the covers that it would offer her would really, you know... There was some where the cats had no legs. Like, oh my God. They weren't perfect. Mm-hmm. So I can't. I don't know. I don't think I support it.
Well, the issue with AI is that it just steals already made art from other artists, and that's the main problem with AI art.
I had a friend that was telling me like it's such a shame what's happening with AI because the original use of AI wasn't to take away jobs. It was to help you move along in your jobs. So it would be more like, instead of having it draw for me, I'm gonna have like use it so I can make like models, and then those models I can like base what I'm gonna do. Like something like that, or like do the nitty gritty so that you don't have to, but instead people are using it more so they don't have to do anything. And it kind of goes with like people who think that I don't know if you know, there's like this YouTuber, I don't remember what his name was, but he released and sold a book that was completely AI.
Oh my god!
And he made hella money with it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. But
I feel like that shouldn't be legal, but
it is. I mean, it's the same with that song that came out a few years ago where it was, rest in peace. It was a Drake song. And
rest in peace. Sorry, trigger warning, Drake.
No, but it was the song that someone put in AI, like, write me a Drake song. And it composed the music and it did everything.
There was this one the Weeknd song that they did, you know, via AI, and it was so fucking good. But I only heard it once, and I was like, this feels wrong. I can't hear this song.
I remember when that Drake song came out, I was talking about it with my class, and I was like, okay, you guys tell me if there was one guy who was like, okay, love the song, here's the money. Who do I give the money to? Do I give the money to the guy who wrote it in AI, the guy who created the AI, or the guy Drake? Like, who am I going to give the money to? And all of my kids were like, Drake, because it's like his voice. And I was like, oh no, but like if AI didn't exist, like they wouldn't have that. So you should give it to the AI guy. It's like, yeah, but like no one would have thought to put it in. So you should give it to the guy. It's like,
oh my God, it was a whole debate. Okay.
Yeah, they chose Drake, by the way. And I was like, okay. I doubt they would have chosen Drake if they knew.
Apparently, the situation.
But I don't know. It's just like so much creativity now is gone because of AI. And it just sucks for the people who work so hard just for their art to be ripped off.
Well, did you know another big thing that's happening? Did you know that people are making AI book trailers?
How does that work?
It looks something like this a little bit. It like feels...
When that happened in Akatar?
So...
I hope you could put this up.
Okay, I'm going to post a scene, I guess. It's titled How Akatar All Started.
There were wolves in Akatar?
This was not the video that I had first seen.
But this is what it is.
This is basically what it is. Yes. So I'm gonna. How do I do this? Do I just like it?
Oh no, you.
This is why I need you. I need your big brain. So there was this other scene. It's basically like introducing all of the characters in Akatar, but it's just AI art.
It's kind of funny. Wouldn't it be? Oh my God. Scary. Ew.
The way that they like close their eyes is
that Tamlin?
I think
Tamlin.
so. Yeah.
Where is she? I know. What do you need to say? Wow. Wait, I kind of want to read this one.
Oh my God. Oh.
Okay, why the fuck did it show an underwear ad?
They showed Reason and he looked hella buff. Oh my God, this isn't working for a podcast, but basically it's just showing.
Here's 30 minutes of us watching TikTok videos and we're just like,
So
that's
I think
crazy.
As the audio, I'm just going to cut everything. But on our YouTube, I will actually post us watching these videos of... It's basically just like an AI trailer of Akatar.
It's crazy to me because like all those like images of the people, they look like the images from the video game apps, like the commercials you see on Instagram. They all look the same. It takes away. It takes away from like the work that goes into making fucking animation.
Back like the actual like fan cast videos. You know when people have to actually go searching for I saw one. Oh my God. It's because I've been seeing a lot of book trailers on my YouTube For You page. Can you believe it?
Love that.
So I saw one for Powerless and it was an actress, and I don't know who this actress is. I think she's probably on HBO. Don't know. Yeah. But I was like, dang, she's really pretty. She could really work for Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton. And I don't know, like there's just something beautiful about someone spending many, many hours just compiling
'Cause you care.
edits about an actual actress.
Because wasn't there also Elon Musk, he made a Twitter show, but apparently the whole Twitter show is AI generated. So I guess like the script is AI generated. If this isn't right, just ignore that I said this. But I think that was what it is. And his whole thing was to make fun of like liberals for like, you know, having very radical views. So the whole show is like, it literally starts and it's this guy named Norm, and he just wants everything to be normal like the way it was. Have you seen it?
Is he old?
Yeah.
I'm just assuming because
you're already getting it. And then his daughter is like, oh, you don't get it, you know, the world's so open out there. And then someone knocks and they open the door and it's someone who's non-binary, and they walk in and is like, hey, my pronouns are he, they. And then all of a sudden the daughter's like, hard eyes, like, non-binary, hello. And then it's just this non-binary person like, I know like they go on the phone, I know my mission is to change this man, but I don't think I can do it. And then that was it. That was the first episode, and people were like, what the fuck?
That didn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And then like I think in the episode too, there's a moment where they like thank Elon Musk.
That is so weird.
That's weird.
Elon Musk gives me the vibe that he just really, really needs validation, like so fucking badly.
But it's just, does he get through AI
I know.
to make a show about, that's so fucking
Well,
dumb.
I feel like because AI has been, you know, blowing up, I think he probably feels like you kind of have to. I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you feel about people who AI chat with characters?
What do you mean?
Like you can literally write, I don't know, off the top of my head, I want to chat with Kai from Powerless. Let's just say.
Okay. Like
and
on Chat GPT?
it's a type of Chat GPT. Because it'll literally like know how the character reacts and knows how the character would talk to you. And then it's just like, okay, Kai's online. And then you just go like, hi Kai, how you doing? And he'll be like, oh, you know, just enforcer things.
I'm fucking busy, actually. Don't talk to me.
And you can actually like talk to the character as if.
Oh, that's kind of beautiful.
Do you think so?
I kind of want to talk to Kai. Well, I mean, if I was, you know.
Because there's other people who do that with anime, but you can actually voice chat with them and be like, hey, how you doing? And then they'll be like, I'm training.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, it's not like inherently wrong, right?
I don't know. It doesn't rub me the right way. I guess.
What do you think is going to happen?
I think people are going to become too reliant on AI to the point where they're going to lose what you have to develop socially.
Okay. I see. That makes sense. I guess for me, I would see it more so as like, okay, I'm just going to play this game where I'm just talking to this character, but it's not going to take my whole day. Like that's what I would hope wouldn't happen.
Some people do that a lot. I don't know if you heard that story of the guy who like was cheating on his girlfriend with an AI character that he really liked. Because he would know, because they can't really talk to you about sexual stuff, but you could word things a certain way to get like around it. And like, I guess he was doing that, and he was like having really like disgusting conversations with an AI character, and his girlfriend was like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird.
That is so weird. Okay.
But I don't know.
That's okay.
Like, I don't hate what AI could do for us, like as a society. But then when you think about it, like when it comes to just like book covers, like how you're saying, or book trailers, like you are now taking away
somebody's income,
somebody's job. And then for us, like just chatting with other like characters, I guess it's funny, you know, but then it like the younger you do this, when they get older and they lose that being able to connect and talk to someone, you lose like being able to gain inspiration from someone else. You know, you lose that. You can't really form connections with people and experiences with people that help you create something that is artistic.
Okay, just like the inspiration of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that really just depends on the person.
Yeah.
Don't become just addicted to talking to these AI characters, and it'll be fine. But I don't know. I guess with AI book covers and even the book trailers, you're stealing someone's art. Mm-hmm. But with like talking to a character, I guess I don't really see like who's
hurting.
Yeah, like who's being harmed with that. I guess
that makes sense. I just I don't know. It gives me the ick. I don't like how it makes me feel.
I guess I get it.
Don't get it twisted. I would chat with Goku all day. But I
would want to chat with Inuyasha, but he'd probably tell me to fuck off.
It's so funny when you're like, oh,
okay, love you.
But I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it. And it's funny because there are like creators that post like, here's me talking to characters, and they'll post that on YouTube.
Well,
oh my God. TM. We're doing that
shit. Someone already did it.
No, we're going to do that shit with characters from books.
Oh, we should do that.
That's really funny.
Please stay tuned.
We're going to interview Kai from Powerless.
I guess, for me, because I don't have kids, but then sometimes I think, if I had a kid, how would I feel about this? I think it would scare me a little bit.
I see it in my students, and I see like the negative. Because I mean, oh my God, well, we don't need to get too into it. But like, for example, none of my kids do math anymore because they use photo math.
What the fuck is photo math?
Photo math is you take a picture of it and it'll pick up all of the equations and it'll show you the answer.
Does it show you how to do it?
Yes. So it shows you all of the steps that you need to write. And it explains it to you.
Where the fuck was this when I was taking math?
It shows you everything. Mm-hmm. And what my kids end up doing is they'll write all of the steps out and show all their work and the answer. So it looks like they did it. But then when you ask them like, okay, can you repeat? Can you tell me why you did that step? And they're like, it's like, I would have used that if I was, because I remember when I was in calculus.
Okay, she's smart.
I remember when I was in calculus, I fucking sucked in that class. Like that wasn't for me. It was really hard for me. But I tried because I like math. And I remember writing the question down, and in the back of the book, all the questions we did had all of the answers in the back. Mm-hmm. And I would always write the answer down and then just work my way to it. Because I was like, I know I'm not going to be able to do it by my fucking self. So I know what the answer is. I know what my goal is. Now I just have to figure out how to get there. And I do that at work sometimes too. Sometimes I get stuck and I tell the kids, this is the answer. Let's see who can get to it first.
Okay.
So, but then like they do photo math. And I was like, you guys are taking away from this.
But don't you kind of feel like now you have to do that?
Like I have to use photo math?
Yeah, like let's say you didn't know the answer. Don't you? You're like, no, never.
Back in my day,
I had to struggle.
Pictograph math, actually. No, I've used photo math before. I've used it to see what it does. But the thing with photo math is it doesn't expect you to be a kid. So it'd be like, oh, by using this equation and this theorem. And it's like, my kids don't know that shit.
Yeah.
They know how to add and subtract. Like, that's all they fucking
know. Barely.
Yeah.
Well, back to the book.
I'm sorry. That was completely off topic.
No. It's good. It's good to talk about, though, because you have the insight of, like, how it would affect the youth.
Yeah.
The younger generation.
Horribly.
You know that if... Oh, my God. Another little tangent. You know that if we have kids, not together, but like if we have kids, they're gonna be a generation. What is it? Beta? Gen Beta? What the fuck are they called?
Aren't they Gen Alpha right now?
Yeah, right now it's Alpha.
Gen Beta.
If we have kids, they'll be the betas.
Betas? Not my kids. No, they're gonna be Alpha.
Embarrassing.
Fucking have an Omega. God forbid.
You're into that.
Doesn't mean I want to be an Omega. Have you seen that post? Sorry. I swear we have a book to talk about. This is a recommendation too. This is so embarrassing. That post that was like a person like, don't you like having those days where you bring all your pillows and your plushies to your bed and you warm up your blankets and you put them and you just sit between all your fluffy stuff? And then someone posted it and just wrote like, bitch, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're an Omega. That's fucking making a nest. Like, you're a fucking Omega.
You're nasty.
You're an Omega.
Wait.
Not my kids. Mm-mm.
No, never. Never.
I would take
I'm going to go back in time and have them earlier.
Yeah, they are going to be betas. Good for them.
Good for them. Love that shit. Anyways, Cheli.
The only person that can make book covers is that student that makes book covers on AI. That's the only student I'd allow to do that. Everyone else, go fucking pay someone to make a book cover. There's artists waiting. If there's artists struggling for jobs, just find someone.
Yeah.
Just find someone. Okay.
Cheli.
Yes.
Do you think that the third book of a series that we have not fucking read.
Okay.
The third book of a series where the two main characters hate each other a little bit because of reasons we'll get into later. But then they, forced proximity, have to be around each other because of where they are working. And then it turns into a bit of like enemies,
Je ne sais quoi.
fuck buddies. Do you think a book like that could fix your life, maybe?
I think it can, actually.
Oh, thank God. Well, welcome to another episode of the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time. Join us. This is a podcast where we would love for people who have read the book to sound off down below. Let us know what you thought. Or people who have no intention to read the book.
And they just want the lore. They saw this and it's like, you know what? I'm never going to get to it. But I want to know every single fucking detail.
Well, we're not giving that.
No, every detail.
No,
we're reading it line by line.
No.
This is actually the audiobook unofficially.
Literally, we're not doing that.
If you just want the beats and a little bit of goofs, that's what we do.
Yes, because there will be spoilers in this episode.
Thank you, Iris on YouTube, for recommending this book 7 years ago, actually.
No, what the fuck? So this is the third book, like I said, in the Twisted series by Ana Huang. This is the Twisted Hate book.
I do want to bring up, we have read Ana Huang before.
Yes, we read King of Wrath. We were going to read Twisted Hate, which was not Twisted Hate. Oh my God. Twisted Love, which was the first book in this series, but we didn't do it.
It's so funny.
For some reason. I'm not sure why.
My friend, she bought Twisted Love when she was getting really into reading. So she had went to a Barnes & Noble's, saw the cover and was like, okay, I'm going to pick that one up. And she was just picking stuff up, and she's not really that, well, now she is, but back then she wasn't really much of a reader. So for her to buy a book, that was really big. She was like, waste of money. She hated that book.
She finished it?
She finished it and she was like, I don't know why I did it.
I have heard that people did not like the first book.
I wonder why.
Well, well,
it's kind of funny though.
I did start it. I think I got 20% into it. I didn't like it either. I don't even remember why though, because that was a long time ago.
I think it's really funny reading book 3, knowing that book 2 and book 1 were meaty, because I feel like I'm fucking in disguise, fake mustache and this shit. Because I think it's funny that some characters come up. You remember that time you were kidnapped? And I'm just like, am I? What?
Oh my God, when they spoiled what happened in the first book with Ava's dad, because I guess her dad was evil or something. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoiler, but you're in book 3.
It's okay. I was like, damn, that sounds juicy. I probably won't read it unless someone recommends it.
It's funny because they would all say, and then it was like, oh yeah, crazy about your dad. By the way, this is our friend, the princess of an entire country. It's like,
who the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Also, this book is in dual POV. Our main characters are Jules, who is studying to pass the bar exam and to be a lawyer, and Josh Chen, who is a doctor, and he's actually the brother to the main character in the first book, which was Ava.
He's currently finishing his residency as a doctor. Okay, so this book starts off with Jules and their friend. Who's the friend's name? The one that's moving with her?
No, the book starts off with Jules at a bar.
Oh, you're right.
And she's being stood up for a date because she matched with this guy on a dating site whose name is Tom. And Todd. And I thought it was so funny because she was like, I mean, it's not a big deal because he was holding a fish in one of his pictures, and that's kind of a red flag for me.
How'd you feel though that she was there, and then there was like another guy across the bar that was hitting on her, and she's like, she was so fucking aware. She's like, I have the power.
I still got it.
I still fucking got it.
I thought it was so funny though because she's leaving the bar, but then she ends up stumbling upon Josh Chen, who is her mortal fucking enemy. And she's like, oh, of course Josh Chen would see me here being stood up for a date. Which I thought was so funny because how the hell does he know that she was stood up for a date? She could just be there
I think it was because of how she was
hanging
dressed.
out. What, you don't dress up just to be at the bar?
Sorry, I always look good.
Sorry, this is just my fashion.
Yeah, I think it was that. But
So the reason why they have this like animosity towards each other is because Josh is Ava's brother and Ava is Jules' best friend. And there was a moment that I think we might have missed in the first book, possibly, where Josh told Ava, hey, maybe you should stay away from Jules. She's a really bad influence on you.
because anytime Ava and Jules are together, they always end up doing really dumb shit. So Jules actually overheard that conversation and since then was like, fuck Josh Chen.
Yeah. So
Fuck this bitch.
So they've always kind of had like a banter between them. And I don't know how you felt about this, but Josh loves to call her JR, which JR I felt like was such a, I don't know, like the nickname to me is so forgettable. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was Jessica Rabbit because she looks like Jessica Rabbit.
Because she has red hair.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid. But
It's funny because I think even the author halfway through this story was like,
this is dumb.
fuck, I don't like that nickname. What if he changes the nickname? Because I can't go back and change all the JRs.
So too fucking many.
I feel like that's exactly what happened.
I think so too, because I thought it was so weird that he just like midway through the book was like, you know what? I'm not going to call you JR anymore. I'm going to call you Red.
Why?
That is so stupid.
That is really dumb. Yeah, when that change happened, I was like, of fucking course that happened.
But I mean, I feel like he should have just called her Red the entire time.
Yep.
Not that it's that
Big of a
unique. No, it's not. It's not a unique nickname calling
No.
her Red, but it's better than JR. As she's leaving the bar, she kind of has this moment of, wait a minute, Ava's birthday is coming up. Hold on, what day is it today? And then she realizes that it's her mother's birthday. And there's been a couple of instances throughout this whole day where she mentions that she's just kind of a bit unlucky this whole day. And so she's walking outside the bar and she's looking at her phone thinking, should I call my mother? Because it's her mother's birthday. And then all of a sudden this guy's like, give me your wallet. And she's like, oh, well, fucking course this would happen to me.
So cut back to Josh. He is at the bar with the lady that Jules thought he was on a date with, Clara. But Clara is gay and they're just hanging out.
They're coworkers, I believe.
Yeah, they were just hanging out. And he was just not feeling it. He wasn't feeling that night. He saw that Clara was like hitting it or like
Flirting
hitting
with
it
the,
off.
with
Yeah.
the bartender.
So he was like, I'ma go. So then he leaves and he sees Jules holding the gun and holding down the guy who
Who's trying to mug her.
Yes.
And he's just like, what the fuck? Jules, you're such a bad influence, Jules.
Why is it
Oh, wait.
Why is that a bad influence?
I want to bring up that in his point of view, he says, or thinks, whatever. He's like, every time I tried to make nice, which to be fair, wasn't often, she reminded me of why we could never be friends.
Yeah.
We were both too stubborn, our personalities too similar. It was like pitting fire against fire.
Wow.
In the 7 years that they'd known each other, I'd watched Ava trip out on Jules' pot brownies and almost streak naked at a party, consoled her after she drunkenly dyed her hair semi-permanent orange at Jules' 20th birthday party, and rescued them from the side of road in bumfuck Maryland after Jules had the brilliant idea to join some strangers they met at a bar on a last-minute road trip to New York. The car broke down on their way there, and luckily the strangers turned out to be harmless, but still, it could have gone very wrong. Ava was an adult and capable of making her own decisions, but she was also too damn trusting. As her older brother, it was my job to protect her, especially after our mom died and our father turned out to be a fucking psycho.
I don't blame him for being the older brother that's like, hey, don't hang out with this person. Because if I figured out that my cousin was hanging out with someone that led them to Maryland and led them to fucking do all this shit, I'd just be like, no.
I think I would say something too, but at the same time, I feel like he was putting too much I guess, of the responsibility on Jules because Ava's her own person.
Yeah,
so
she is, but like, what if it were your brother? Like, what if
I
it
would
were
tell
your
him,
younger
don't be
brother?
a dumbass.
Would you?
I don't think I would hate the friend though.
No, I don't think I would like openly hate that. I don't. Well,
no.
I wouldn't openly hate that person. I think I would. Also have a conversation with Mike.
I think it makes sense to, for him to have talked to Ava and been like, hey, I think she's a bad influence on you. And because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z.
That's true.
But I think it's weird for him to hold so much resentment towards Jules when Ava is fine. If something had happened to her because of Jules, then I would get it.
Well, as we see through this story, he's kind of fucking possessive and protective as fuck.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm usually down for that shit. I was not in this book.
Oh, you were? Why? Is it because he's
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
we're not there yet.
Shut up then. Okay, hold on. There was something that is important that you skipped.
Okay, sorry.
While he was talking to Clara, we learned that he's kind of an adrenaline junkie. And this is important because he's like, you know what? I'm going to take my vacation sometime in the near future and I'm going to go to New Zealand because I'm just going to like bungee jump the fuck out of that place. And that's important because it comes up later. But yes. So then he goes outside and sees
that Jules, it's funny because he really wants to leave, but ends up staying there and argues with Jules. And I even think the guy's like, are you guys fucking? Are you guys together?
And they're both like, ew. No, that's disgusting.
So the police ends up coming, and it's funny because Josh is like, wow, I wanted to be here for 10 minutes. Now I'm here for fucking 2 hours because they're talking to me too. And so he's walking home they're walking the same direction, him and Jules. And I think this is the first time we see that he's not incredibly mean because he's just like,
he kind of softens up just a tiny little bit because she mentions that she took the gun from the mugger and he's like, what are you, like some sort of superhuman? And she's like, no, I just took self-defense classes. And he's like thinking to himself, wait, hold on, why would she take self-defense classes? So he starts thinking like maybe there's more to Jules that he didn't know.
And I think he makes a comment that kind of shows that he cares. And then she automatically like walls up, is like being mean to him and being an asshole. And he's like, well,
Well, I feel like it was so stupid because all she says is, oh, don't be late to Ava's birthday party.
Of course, like, this is about Ava.
He's like, oh, you think I'm late all the time? What the fuck?
I knew I shouldn't have opened up to that bitch.
And so, yeah, that's
You're
why.
right. It is kind of a lot.
I just kind of feel, I just feel like it's kind of weird to just hate her. I don't know.
No. I completely agree with you because if my cousin was hanging out with someone, I wouldn't go up to that person and be like, you stupid bitch.
You stupid fucking bitch. Leave my cousin alone.
Yeah, that's weird. How did you feel about the part where she was walking away and he was like, I just can't let her walk home, I'm not knowing if she's safe, how she feels. I'm gonna stand 10 feet behind her and just walk with her.
I didn't love or hate that. I guess I was a little confused. I thought you didn't like her.
I would have preferred if he just had one of those moments where like he was going to walk away and then turns around and it's him obviously following her to make sure she's okay. And her being like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm just walking this way. Keep your eyes forward. I
forgot something over there, actually.
Yeah, that's just like 1 foot past your house.
Yeah, like to make it a joke.
Yeah, I would have preferred that because if I turned around and someone I like left like 10 minutes ago was walking right behind me, I'd be scared.
No, same.
I'd be so fucking scared.
Okay, so now let's cut to the surprise birthday party that they threw for Ava. So what happens at this birthday party?
You meet every character from the other 2 books, hear all of the backstories, the juice, the gossip from these 2 books, and I already know I would eat up that bodyguard one.
Dude, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, that second one sounds pretty good. But what we learn is that Alex, who was the love interest in the first book, Alex and Josh were best friends.
Yes.
But they had a falling out. I'm assuming because of circumstances that happened in the first book. And
as of now,
they were once best friends.
And Alex and Ava, because of the end of the first book, ended up together. Josh didn't want to insert himself in the relationship, though, so he allows it, which is kind of funny saying that out loud because of how much he inserted himself with Jules.
I know.
But okay. So he and Alex, they every once in a while will say a thing to each other, but they are not friends. And
no.
Alex is a very quiet character, doesn't really show much emotion on his face. But you could tell he's kind of like, I want to say something, but he can't because
there's almost
Josh
like a longing in his eyes, like of what once was.
Wait a minute. But
and so Ava tells the group, "Hey guys, I got tickets to a ski resort in Vermont," and so she's obviously inviting her best friend Jules. And then she looks at her brother, Josh, and is like, "Oh, do you want to go? Because I heard that it's a black diamond location," which, whatever the fuck that means.
That means it has like a really dangerous
triple black diamond.
Damn. And he's like, "Say less. I'm already there."
Yeah, because he was going to say no. But when she says that, he's like, "Wait a minute. Actually, I will go." Because, again, he's an adrenaline junkie. He loves that shit.
That's the only real big thing that happens at the party. But I did want to mention, how did you feel about that scene where Jules and Josh are both at the open bar that's at the party, and the bartender is clearly really into Jules, and when Jules walks away and starts dancing on the dance floor, the bartender looks at Josh and is like, "Do you think I have a chance? Do you think And he's like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah. And if you go up to her and call her JR, she's gonna love that
She's
shit.
gonna eat that shit
That was
up."
so stupid.
Yeah, that was stupid. I didn't understand why he cares.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like he wanted her, sexually at this point.
No, not at all. They both weren't into each other.
Mm-mm.
I mean, there was that little moment of care that he showed, like, "Oh, but she almost got mugged. Like, what if she did?
But it's
what if I wasn't there to save her?"
It's very fleeting. It's just like 1 second, and then he's over it.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't even save her. She saved herself.
I'm trying to remember what happens after. So
Vermont. Let's talk about Vermont. What happens at Vermont?
So they go to this fucking resort, and as soon as they enter the hotel area, the rooms are all fucking messed up. So they get the second best rooms, but it's really only one room, which is where Alex and Ava are gonna stay, and the other room that was supposed to have a pull-out couch, but only has one bed.
Of course. And I thought it was so fucking funny because Ava was like, "Oh, it's fine. I can stay with Jules and then have Alex and Josh share a room." But Josh was like, "You know what? I think I'd rather share a room with her."
That's fucking funny. That's so damn. That shit ran deep. If he can't share with fucking Alex, I'll share with Jules.
He was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'll sleep with her."
And did they ever have a conversation about who was gonna sleep where?
Yeah, they were both fighting for the bed, weren't they?
Were they? I don't remember. I just remember both.
Because I remember Jules was like, "Well, I know Josh isn't a gentleman, so he's not gonna, just give me the bed."
Yeah.
So one bed trope, and then there was a moment where they're gonna go up a ski. I don't know anything about skiing. Okay, so they're gonna go up
the mountain, and they're gonna come down. But it was one of the bigger mountains, but not the Black Diamond one.
Yeah, and he notices that Jules is struggling a little bit, and so he offers to teach her how to ski. And she's kind of like, "Well, I could have just asked someone else. I could have just asked like the hot guy over there." But he was like, "No, I can teach you. It's chill."
And so he spends his whole day, instead of going down that mountain, going down the trainer one, teaching her.
Yeah.
And
she's touched by this. She's like, "Wait, you're really gonna...
It's really sweet of you.
You're really gonna be with me instead of going down that triple black diamond slope?"
So at one point, when she's going down practicing, going down that little hill, she crashes into him, and they both fall on top of each other. And then there's just like a lot of sexual tension. And I think this is the point where he makes the comment like, "How much are you thinking about wanting to fuck me right now?"
Well,
right?
Hold on before you go there.
Sorry.
So she mentions that she doesn't like the nickname JR, And that's when he's like, you know what? I'm going to call you Red then. And she's like, oh, because, 2 syllables is too difficult for your puny brain. And he's like, nothing about me is puny. And that was the moment where she could not think of a single comeback. This girl, she was always quick. This time she was quiet. She was just like,
ew.
And electricity was flowing. The sexual tension grew. And that's when he was like,
I hate that you did the gas.
He was like, he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to fuck me?
How much do you think he meant that? He meant it.
He meant it.
Right.
He could see it in her eyes.
If she had said 10,
eyes.
if she had said 10, the story would have ended right there.
He was like, let's go, girl. But anyway, so after this, another significant thing that happens is that her ex decides to text her.
Yes.
Whose name was Max.
Okay.
And she's just ignoring him at this point. And then she's also going through some period pains.
Mm-hmm. So, they're all supposed to have dinner together, and she excuses herself, or she doesn't even come out of the room. It's Ava who goes in there and then comes out and is like, oh yeah, she's not coming with us. And they go have dinner, and that whole time Josh is like, oh my gosh, like what if she got hurt when she fell?
Look, where is Jules? I miss
what
her.
Do so then he talks to Ava about it, and Ava's like, I normally wouldn't tell you, but because it's like a medical thing and you're a doctor, she just gets really intense period pains and stuff. And he's like, say less. Fucking goes over. And I don't know. It's like there was like lavender oils in the bathroom, and he massages her stomach. Mm-hmm. That's so fucking intimate. If I No. Did I ever tell you about that time before I worked at my job? Apparently all my coworkers went to a meeting that was in like another state, but the person, it wasn't who was working there when I was working there. It was like way before. The person who was in charge of getting the hotel messed up, and they had a total romance moment, when, it's 2 people, 1 bed for like 8 people. But they're all middle-aged mothers.
I love that.
But it was funny because they told me, it's like, that was the closest we'd ever been. We all just got like, we would like giggle like little kids, like, what about this? And they all got really close. If I were ever in a moment like that with a coworker or with a friend, or like,
they're not coworkers.
No, but just someone I know, mostly if it was someone I hate, and they're like,
let me just massage you.
Wait, hold my I got this. I fucking hate you, but I got this. Hell no. Hell no. Are you serious?
Well, it makes sense because they had that little electrical moment before. I mean, if you're experiencing the worst period pains, you really think that you're going to say no to a massage?
You're right.
Well, you don't like massages. You would say no.
Die on the spot. I
thought this was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's massaging her.
You thought it was cute?
Yeah.
And then she passed out.
Yeah. He massaged her to sleep.
Oh my God.
So sweet.
He was so into it though. Mm-hmm.
He put his elbow in there and everything.
Fucking Ava comes. What are you doing? You're gonna let the steam out. Close the doors. The next day though, they act like nothing happened. Mm-hmm. Or actually, no, they act like nothing happened. I do want to mention the only other thing that happens in Vermont is him and Alex actually hang out one of the days, and it's actually very healthy.
Yeah, it was cute.
Weirdly enough, I like how you made a face like, yeah, it was cute, I guess. And
I wasn't trying to. I was trying to be sincere.
I'm sorry.
What are you trying to say about my face?
You have a beautiful face. If you're trying to say you look mean, no, you don't. Okay, but Alex, there's a point where like he makes a comment that's kind of like, we should hang out,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Josh is like, no.
So Josh enjoys this moment, but then he starts thinking about what happened in the first book, which don't remember.
And I really like that part where it says like, and you can see it in Alex's face when he realizes what Josh is thinking about.
Cheli's crying. Okay, so after Vermont,
And they go back.
There's this like weird moment where Jules gets a job. I don't understand. She gets a job at a clinic.
Yes.
But Josh doesn't work at this clinic. He volunteers in this clinic.
Which is weird.
So he goes into the clinic, sees her, and is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And they kind of they talk it out, and they're like, you know what? We can't both be here and fight this whole time. So we have to agree to be friendly during, work hours.
You missed my favorite part. The fact that Jules moved out of her home and was looking for places, apartment hunting with her friend that she's moving in with.
I just didn't see the importance in this, but okay.
Well, because it was so fucking stupid. It was the part where it was they go in and then they're looking around and it's amazing. It's right. It's exactly what they wanted. And it's like, okay, how much is monthly? And they're like $7,500. And she was like, can you, like, did you put the decimal in the right place? That's way too high. And then the lady's like, well, what the fuck did you expect? But then
it's like a penthouse.
Yes. So the main guy walks in and looks at her and is just like, how much can you pay? And she was like, well, comfortably like $2,500 a month. And that's together. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay.
Pretty sure this is the love interest in the fourth book.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck? You can do that?
You thought this was stupid?
You could just walk in and be like, $20.
I thought this was going to be a moment. I thought this was going to be a moment of like, oh, wait, he's kind of cute.
You thought he was going to be the one?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Honestly, I did too, but I was just so angry at the fact that I'm apartment hunting. I just can't fucking do that shit.
Oh, that's why you're angry about it. That
angry.
makes sense, actually. I guess I didn't think about it. But anyway, so back to their job.
Yes.
They have like this weird work outing where they decide, I don't know where they go. I think they go to the bar. Don't know. Don't care.
Yeah.
Then they play Truth or Dare. Mm-hmm. How often do adults play Truth or Dare? Is this like a thing?
Like 3 times a week.
Is this like a thing that adults do that
No, that seems weird and childish.
It does. So during this Truth or Dare, Jules ends up kissing a coworker. His name is Marshall.
Yeah.
And Josh isn't convinced that Jules would go for someone like Marshall because she's kind of like pretending like she's into it.
Yeah.
And he tells her, you want someone who can challenge you, excite you, keep you on your toes, and ask for what you need, ... His whiskey-scented breath gusted across my skin, peppering it with 1,000
okay,
goosebumps.
Audible Queen.
You need someone to bend you over and fuck that attitude. Fuck that attitude right out of you.
We were just playing Truth or Dare. Josh.
Was that a dare? Or wait.
Oh. No, I'll pass, actually.
Well.
Dude. Was this the one where they go home? Was this the night?
They go home?
Well, the first time they have. Where's the first place they go?
No, girl. So they're at the bar, remember?
Okay. Yes. I'm here.
Todd shows up.
Oh, yes.
And Todd's a bitch. Doesn't even matter. Who cares about Todd?
He's only looking at her chest.
Mm-hmm. What matters is that Jules and Josh decide to bet on who can get the most numbers.
Yes, I do remember.
And Jules wins, because of course she does.
Yeah.
And then Jules starts thinking about Max and the time that she told him she wanted to be a lawyer. And she's kind of like lost in thought because he wasn't that, what's the word? He wasn't that supportive over that. At all. He kept thinking like, well, you're too hot for that. Why would you want to be a lawyer? That's weird. And I bring this up because when she's thinking about her ex, Max, she's walking with Josh and they're walking like in the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's walking down the fucking street with oncoming traffic.
Yep.
Josh saves her life and he's just like, what the fuck? Why are you walking into traffic? Mm-hmm. And she makes a joke that she's just like, oh, I'm kind of shocked that you saved my life.
Yeah.
I thought you would have just let me die. And he was so offended. He was like, you think that I enjoy watching people die?
Oh, yeah.
And they start literally arguing. Mm-hmm. Like they start fighting. And
I think this is a point where she brings up the fact, like, you know what? You call yourself a fucking good brother, but you're over here chasing adrenaline highs, like not really even thinking that you can die at any moment.
Mm-hmm. And then he says, I wouldn't care, except your recklessness doesn't just affect you. It also affects the people around you. But you never thought about that, did you? Dull red burned on his cheekbones. You only think about yourself. I don't know what the fuck happened in your past, but it doesn't take a genius to figure you out. You're a scared little girl who chases highs to run from your demons, never caring about your destruction you leave in your wake. Classic fucking Jules Ambrose. And then she brings up the fact that he can't let shit go. Like you still hold on to shit that, you know, happened years ago, basically. And so they're fighting and shit, and then all of a sudden he moved so fast I didn't get the chance to draw another breath before he yanked me against him, crushing his mouth against mine, and my world as I knew it shattered into a million pieces. So they kissed the fuck out of each other. What did you think about that, Cheli?
They were outside her place, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't against it. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen.
And I knew that it would happen in this way. In a fight. In an argument. They couldn't be friends for too long. That'd be too boring.
That fucking spice was kind of like fucking intense.
It was too intense for you?
I was scared.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think... Have we read Enemies to Lovers?
Yes, we have.
I don't recall any of them being to the point where they hate, like,
but
we're still angry at each other during sex. So I was like, fuck.
The thing is that we've read a lot of enemies to lovers where they're not actually enemies.
Yes.
It kind of just fizzles out.
This one straight up felt like they were.
Or it's a misunderstanding and they've always been in love with each other. This one was definitely, we fucking hate each other.
It was, and it was the fact that even afterwards, he was just kind of like, and I don't like her. It's just, that was like the best sex I've ever had.
Oh yeah, they have sex.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. I thought it was funny though that he showed up to her house and was just like, I have a contract. I have an agreement with you.
He can't stop thinking about her. And it just kind of works for both of them because either way, Jules and Josh are kind of similar in the sense where neither one of them are really motivated by love.
Yeah.
They date around. They're both kind of like players, I guess. But Jules is so busy studying for her exam and he's busy with his residency. So he shows up at her place and they kind of come up with this agreement of like, okay, let's be enemy. And what are they called? Friends with benefits, enemies with benefits. And so they decide to do this and they're like, okay, always use protection, no sleeping over, no getting jealous if the other person goes on a date with someone else. If you want to end the arrangement, be upfront about it. No ghosting or beating around the bush. That's fucking immature. And most importantly, no falling in love.
It's kind of funny because for an enemies to lovers, this started off very much like really strong. They don't follow that shit at all.
No. But oh my God, there was this one smut scene where like she bit his lip. It fucking bled. He yanked her hair. I was like, damn, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you like the spice in this?
I think I would agree with you where it was a little scary, but I think overall it was pretty good.
Yeah, same. That's how I felt.
I was just kind of like, don't
it was
fucking
intense.
her.
It was fucking intense. I think it's funny that they kept it from from Ava.
Oh, I know. It's so funny.
It's just so fucking obvious too.
Not to her.
They spent so much time together. I don't know how people didn't realize that they would sneak off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when they were at that party where she crashed into her ex, Max?
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, we figure out that Max is a thief and he has video evidence of her doing sexual favors for someone for money. And he has the video of it and it's just like, hey, I need one more thing, but not yet. Just know that I have this.
He basically wants to ask her for a favor.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to do it until she sees that he has that video on her.
And at that point, Josh shows up and then they have sex in a broom closet.
Yeah.
That sex was intense. That one?
Yeah.
Was fucking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm gonna skip ahead a bit because I feel like the one part I want to talk about, which is at the end, we're gonna talk about for a while. So they have this fuck buddies system, and honestly, this book did a good job keeping it just strictly fuck buddies. It wasn't until they
broke one of their rules pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it was staying over, right?
The sleepover.
Because she had looked
when you mentioned how you were like, I don't fucking need a recap on this movie because they end up watching Finding Nemo.
And it explains it to us.
The movie, yeah.
As if I don't know what Finding Nemo is.
Some people might not in the
Why did it do that? That felt so fan fiction, dude.
Some people might not know Finding Nemo.
I don't care. I don't care. It was the fact that I was like, yes, it's about this lonely fish. And I'm like, don't tell me about Finding Nemo. So I skipped that shit. So I really hate that because it's kind of like, but how is Finding Nemo about me? How does it relate to my life? Anyway.
I mean, some people relate to it. Why? I'm sorry. I just had a realization. It ends with us also has a connection to Finding Nemo.
I was thinking about her. I was hoping you wouldn't say it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Finding Nemo it's good, but like, it isn't that good. You know what I mean? It's not going to change lives. That being said, look at my Finding Nemo tattoo.
Out of everything we've said, that's the thing that people get pissed off about.
I know we get canceled for that. Finding Nemo fixed me. I found my son because of Finding Nemo.
Fuck. Okay.
Just keep swimming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was where it was going with that whole scene. I thought it was going to be like, just keep swimming. Yeah. Like my life. You know what I mean? My life. Max trying to bring me down, but I just got to keep swimming.
Mm-hmm. So
she falls asleep and then he's like, oh, she looks so comfy and she looks like she hasn't slept like that in a long time. I'm going to let her sleep here. And they wake up and it's just like, oh my gosh, you slept here. And it's like, yeah. It's oops. So he takes her to a luncheon with like the other residents of the hospital because he didn't want people to keep throwing their daughters at him because, you know, whatever. So he takes her as a fake date.
Giving Bridgerton vibes. Wee.
I don't even remember how this shit goes.
I don't either.
Because at this point, isn't she kind of like, hey, wait a minute.
I think she likes him a little bit.
And him the same. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit, but it's not enough.
They're like warming up to each other at this point.
I don't remember when the shoe drops.
Jules' mom passes away. And this was kind of like a huge moment for her because her and her mom hadn't talked in like the last 7 years because her mom ended up choosing, I think, her boyfriend, husband, lover. I don't remember. She ended up choosing a guy over Jules. And the way that Jules described it was like that her mom was always like in competition with her.
Yeah.
Because this guy, and I think other guys, have always been kind of like, oh, Jules. Wait, Jules. And I think he tried to overstep boundaries with her, but I don't think anything happened.
No, she said nothing ever did.
But it could have happened.
Yes.
He tried. He pushed it. But nothing happened. And so she confided in her mom and told her what happened with this guy that she was seeing or married to. I can't remember. And she didn't believe her. And so because of that, Jules ended up being kicked out of the house and she had to survive. And so that's how she ended up meeting Max. And then they were both thieves together. And so I think during this time, that also kind of pushed her to Josh a little bit because that was
the only person she turned to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
The mom with. Uh-huh. And it was her first time doing that with him, but he had also done that to her when he had lost someone at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And it really got to him. So the fact that they were seeking each other for emotional comfort really pushed their, I guess, almost relationship forward.
Mm-hmm. Jules ends up going back home. I forgot where she's from, but she goes to another state. And she goes to the funeral and she's, well, actually, when she gets there, Josh shows up and he's like...
He's supposed to be in New Zealand.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in New Zealand. He's like, actually, you know what? I heard this place has the biggest ball of yarn, like in a museum or something. So I just really want to see it. And she's just like, what are you really doing here? And so he basically shows up there to comfort her and be there with her for the funeral. So I think this was the moment, right? When it turned serious.
Yes.
Oh, we're together now.
Yes. And so they're in a relationship now. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because it's good. They haven't really thought of how they're going to tell Ava that they're in a relationship, but it's okay. It'll come. Jules gets a call from Max and it's like, I know exactly what I want. I want you to get this painting for me. And it's a very specific painting. It costs a lot of money. Mm-hmm. And it was a painting that it's the original copy is in Josh's home, and it's a painting that she's made fun of and has hated on. And she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do this. So she goes, when he's at work, goes into his house and takes the painting along with like other stuff, right?
I think she stages the crime scene and tries to make it look like he was just robbed. So she like throws shit around, and I don't remember if she stole anything else, but I think it was just the painting.
When Josh gets home, obviously she's not there anymore, calls her and is like, oh my gosh, it's so weird. Like, yeah, my house was robbed, but like, lucky for you.
I know. He makes a joke. He's like, did you pay somebody? Because he knows that she hated the painting. And she's just like, no, so, babe, no.
She had this whole plan. She got her landlord in on it because he knew people. And he deleted the videos for her.
He knows how to hack into people's phones, I think.
He's probably in book 4. He deleted the videos for her, and then she ended up stealing the painting back. So then she shows up to Josh's house and is like, babe, I have a confession to make. I did steal your shit.
She's like, surprise, your painting is back. But here you go.
I need you to remember what Finding Nemo taught us.
Just keep swimming. But she confesses everything. Like, she tells him why she did it. She tells him about Max.
And what he was most upset about was the fact that she didn't think that if he had told her this before, or if she had told him this before,
that he would help her. Yeah,
because he would have. He would have given the painting. And he's like, you know what? I can't stand fucking liars.
No. He tells her, I forgive you. And then they fuck.
Oh,
then
you're right.
Mid in there, he's like, I don't forgive you. I lied. And then he's like, get the fuck out.
I forgot about that.
He kicks her out. What the fuck?
I forgot about that. How did you feel about that scene?
I was like, Ana Huang. I was like, God damn.
It is enemies. So
I know, but I was like, damn, that hurt.
That did hurt. That hurt. And he tries not to think about it much, but there's a day where he's working, and I'll go back to her part in a bit, but Jules comes in and she's completely like hurt. Like her face, there's like a huge cut on her face.
Well, he walks into the room and he sees her on the bed.
Yes. And what we had seen before is that when Jules was at her home going down the stairs because the elevator wasn't working, Max showed up and pushed her down the stairs.
Yeah.
And when he was doing, he was a doctor, he was super serious.
Well, Max, just to kind of give him more context, he did that because he owes a lot of people money. He owes somebody a lot of money. And he was like really frantic. He's like, I need that fucking painting. And she's just like, no, it's gone. I'm not giving you that painting.
Yep.
I sold it.
So then that happens. But when he's in the hospital and checking her, he has to remain professional. But he asks like, who did this to you? And she goes, Max. And he doesn't react, but he calls Alex afterwards and is like, name, number, social security, longitude, latitude. You need to tell me where this bitch is.
He's like, you owe me a fucking favor, you bitch.
And okay, this is the part of the book I wanted to talk about.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I know you so well.
Okay. So you're telling me, Ana Huang, there's this whole book that is all realistic. Well, I mean, as realistic as it could be. Like, but, there's no fucking, dragons or any shit.
That we know of.
True. But, okay, you know what? It's not realistic at all. But, but there's this character who is trying really hard to be a doctor and does a pretty good job, like, keeping... he's not committing crimes. He's over here going down fucking slopes. You're telling me he met a girl, watched Finding Nemo with her, and then was like, I would fucking kill her for you.
Well, he would do that for Ava.
That's crazy.
We did not see the first book, okay?
That's crazy. Also, I do want to bring up that it's fucking crazy that it's like, yeah, you wanted to kill my dad, but like, he kind of wanted to kill me too, so it's okay. With Ava?
Wait, what?
With Ava.
What are you talking about?
With that also, I hated that. That's a side note. I fucking hated Ava. That's one thing on itself.
What are you talking about?
Wait, okay, I'm gonna start over. So Josh, his whole thing with I fucking hate Max, I can't believe you did that to my girl. So he's over here like, name, number, everything. Give it to me. We're going to go just
he tells
this
Alex
guy.
that.
We're going to shake him down.
He
We're
tells
gonna go,
Alex
yes.
this.
And Alex is like, you're my best friend. I love you. Yes. Let's go
he
fucking
does
do
not
this.
say that.
Then they go and Alex is like, walking up to, and he's walking up and Josh is like, ugh, I got this one. I got this one. And he fucks him up.
You did not explain walks up to what?
Max. He walks up to Max.
No,
they found Max.
He didn't read
they
the
found Max. Context clues, everyone.
Max is tied up on a chair.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh my god. Okay. And then Josh goes up to him and starts beating the fuck out of him. Almost kills him. And then Alex is like, whoa. Hold on. Between us, I'm the killer, not you. So
that's a wild sentence.
He's
Alex, that's a wild sentence I have to unpack. Okay. That's fucking crazy.
I don't think he actually said that. He could have. I don't remember.
I think he does say something along those lines.
He's like,
you're not the killer in this friendship. In this best friendship.
I made us friendship bracelets.
It's like, wait, open your hand. It's like fucking Josh attacking and holding on to Max, and then Alex like, no. Taylor Swift friendship like no, stop.
Stop, this isn't you.
Look at me. Look at
me, not you.
Joshua.
I'll take it from here.
Josh.
And then he starts beating. He doesn't do that.
I hated that shit. What the fuck? You broke up with her. She robbed your house. I understand. There's layers to this story. She went through a lot. I get it. But if it were me,
it's not you.
If it were me,
it's not you.
Okay, hear me out. I'm me. Okay, I'm me.
You're in the story. Okay.
Yes, and
you're the doctor.
I start dating someone, and I tell you about this person. Well, no,
I would literally.
You're Ava. I didn't tell you. You're in this story. Okay?
Wait, I'm Ava.
I guess so.
I don't understand.
Okay, I'm in the story. I'm a doctor. I meet someone. And then I tell you, oh my God, Yajaira, it's so weird. I met someone, he was like really amazing and everything, but he like robbed me. Like he like broke into my house and robbed me. And that painting I really love and you hated and everyone hated? He stole it and he gave it back to me, weirdly enough. What would you say?
That's weird.
Should I still see him though? Should I still see him though?
No, probably not.
Okay, and then cut to maybe 2 or 3 days later.
Okay,
and
but
I'm just like...
I wouldn't know the context though. I wouldn't know that you're already in love with this person because he was in love with her.
Okay, but 2 or 3 days later, I'm not done with my story. I call you and I'm just like, Yajaira, I fucked up. So that guy I was dating. So I found the person that messed with him and I fucking almost killed him. And he's right in front of me, by the way, if you want to talk to him. And I'm also with my best friend, Alex.
Why am I Ava in this situation? I'm so confused.
What do you even say to that?
Chill.
Cheli, go get him.
Finish the fucking job.
Oh my God.
Hang up.
You go like, no, there's only one killer between us two. Joke. That's a joke. That's wild. Whoa, I heard my echo. That's wild.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I hated it. I honestly had to put the book down for a bit because I hated it so much. So the fact that he shows up fucking later and is like, Jules, I need to talk to you.
He doesn't kill Max, by the way.
He doesn't kill Max. But he does say like, you drive me so crazy. Like, I would
fucking kill for you.
I would fucking murder that man if you let me. Just say the word, babe. And I did it because I love you.
You wouldn't love someone.
Don't finish that. That's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I just feel like, I don't know. I think, the heart was there. He didn't kill him. He's alive.
Oh.
Well, he lived another day.
They did not untie that man. They didn't. Oh no, Alex disposes. Oh, there you go. Disposes
he
of
didn't.
him.
No.
He takes him somewhere though.
They let him go. He's fine until the people he owed money to find him, and then they're like,
"Oh yeah," which honestly, not my fault. That one's not me.
I guess I do get it, because when I got to this part too, it did kind of take me out also, because I was like, hold the fuck up, Josh, aren't you a fucking doctor?
Yeah.
And you're almost murdering this man.
But for my girl.
Can you imagine being his patient? I don't know. Like, I just think about like,
and he's all like sewing me up, like, I don't know, and he's just
I
like
almost killed a man.
talk. Yeah, I almost killed him. I was fucking crazy. It was for my fucking girl. And she stole from me, and it was crazy. And I'm just like, okay, stop stitching. I would be so scared. I would be so scared. But they live happily ever after. Do want to mention they do tell Ava. I think Ava breaks. Isn't she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Am I imagining that?
No, they're gonna get married.
Oh yeah, Ava and Alex are gonna get married, and there's a moment where I forget what happens first, but I know Jules and Josh are like, we're dating, and Ava just starts laughing and is like, oh, you guys are fucking hilarious. That's so funny. That's so funny. It's like, no, look, we're wearing matching shirts.
We're also
I
wearing
still have
matching.
the blood of the man I beat up for her.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. They're wearing matching underwear too.
Yeah, didn't you notice? And then they just have like a conversation where like, don't hurt her, don't hurt him. And then Alex is like, can you be my best man? And it's like, you're my best friend, you're my everything. You gave me this bracelet, of course I could be your best man.
Fucking love you.
Yeah,
we almost killed a man together. It was beautiful.
That was probably the closest I've ever felt to you. Closer than when you almost killed my dad, actually.
Oh my god.
And
fuck? Should we read the first one? No.
No. We already got the ending.
You're right.
And then they all stand on the balcony, hand in hand. And then happily ever after.
Do they actually do that? I don't know.
No. No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Blink 182 comes on. Oh, wait, that's the first song. Yeah, the end.
The end. How did you feel, Cheli? How did you feel about this book?
I didn't hate the beginning. I was
Hold on. Pause for a second. I think you did actually.
I didn't hate I guess I should say I think Ana Huang's dialogue is really good. Dante showed up in this one, by the way.
Yeah.
For like 2 seconds. That was my favorite part.
That was my favorite part too. I was like, Dante Russo?
And he talked about his fiance.
Doing, loca?
Dude.
He's like,
honestly,
my
I
fucking
wish
fiance's over there. Ugh.
I wish that Josh would have been like, wow, what is this? Are we best friends? And then fucking Dante would have been there too. Mm-hmm. Fucking giving a punch to Max too. Anything for you,
the final blow.
We're all best friends here, are we? But I thought that was sweet. But I think that Ana Huang, her dialogue is good. Mm-hmm. I do like that. Mm-hmm. Good spice, but I didn't really care for it. I don't think this is what I would generally read.
Like, you wouldn't go for this, you're saying? You wouldn't seek this out.
For the podcast, yes. To the person who recommended this, love that shit.
Shout out to Iris. Thank you so much.
But I just think this isn't for me. The whole killing part, attempted murder, that's wild to say.
Yeah, that was wild.
That took me out completely.
I think it just takes me out because he's a doctor. I don't know.
If he worked at fucking Walmart.
I don't know. Okay, I guess maybe it just depends on the context. I think for me, it took me out mostly because there was that boundary wasn't crossed at all throughout the whole book. I didn't even know this was like an option. I guess because we didn't read book 1 and 2.
That's a good way to put it though.
At no point was Josh ever like this fucking violent where it just took me out. So when it came up, I was like, whoa, Josh, weren't you just trying to save a man like 2 pages ago?
Yeah, and talking about how much seeing someone die affects you, but you're willing to kill.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went up to her and was like, babe, I did it for you because I'm fucking crazy for you. I would have been like, okay, you stay with that.
Back up.
Keep that energy. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's a red flag for sure. But I agree with you. I do really like Ana Huang's dialogue. I think I just like her writing in general. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember why I didn't like the first book. I don't know why. I think Ava was kind of annoying.
I don't really like Ava's relationship with Alex. I think maybe I have to read the first book, but the fact that
Alex was very sweet in this book. He helped him.
Oh, you're right.
He made him the friendship bracelet.
Right. I just think that it's weird. I mean, the dad was crazy because the dad, according to what they said in book 3, I didn't read book 1. Josh and Ava's dad tried to kill Ava multiple times. And Alex tried to kill the dad because of other things like plot stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that happened in his own family.
But now all of a sudden they're together. I don't think I could live with that baggage, actually.
Oh, well, I guess,
I guess the love wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
I guess
the love's not there.
I guess I just don't know true love. I mean, if I watch Finding Nemo,
maybe we would get it.
Maybe I would get it. But no. Overall, though,
what would you rate it?
That's so intimate of you. Thank you. Overall, I think I would give it, I want to say like a 2.75.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so low. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I didn't even say generous. It's like almost middle.
I was thinking generous, but then I was like, no, it's not though.
I was going to say 3. I guess if rating on Goodreads, I would give it a 3.
Okay.
But 2.75.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way as you, actually. Not 2.75. I was thinking more like 3.25.
Damn.
It's not even that big.
That's a whole 0.5 difference.
Okay, show up. I need photo math, or what did you say? What did you say?
Stop! You're triggering me with photo math.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay, I respect that. I don't think I would want to read any other book in this Twisted series.
Okay, first of all, don't say that.
But if someone were to recommend it, maybe. If
someone were to request it in our DMs or something, then I maybe would do it.
I really am curious if people recommend books they don't like.
Yes. Yes.
You think so? You think people go like, I want to hear them rip this story apart?
I think so. Why not?
That's funny.
I think
leave a comment down below if you would do that. And if you would, give us a book you fucking hate. Actually, no, we're going to have to read it. Never mind.
It's like 1,000 pages long.
Oh my God.
It's like, can you imagine if someone recommended
Den of Vipers? Because that's exactly what happened.
We've done that one already. No. I'm saying like the 5th book of a series or something. I was like, God damn.
It hurts me to not read a whole series and cut in between. I didn't care enough for this one.
Does it hurt?
It does hurt.
Well, it's okay with this type of book because it's kind of still a standalone.
I guess. It just feels weird. It feels like you're eating a sandwich and instead of biting like the side, the bottom, I don't know, you like fold it in half and bite the middle.
Oh, yum. How
That's
else?
exactly how I eat my sandwich.
How else do you eat a sandwich? Wait, what?
All of a sudden the way I do it is a crime.
Something wrong with that?
Oh my God. Okay. I wanna leave by saying, out of both characters, I think I would like the men, don't I?
You do. You always. Let me guess, Josh.
Josh killed a man, so I'm actually gonna give this one to Jules.
I think Jules. Yeah.
I could have done without her explaining Finding Nemo to me, but I mean, I'll let it slide.
Not everyone knows Finding Nemo.
Oh, you're right. For everyone who is listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars, like literally click our name and it'll take us to the main page and then click ratings and then just give us 5 stars. That's all it takes. You can do it right now. It's so nice if you do that. If you want to request or recommend a book for us to read, you can also leave us a review and do that as well. If they have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment there's not a whole lot on there, but if you just want to show that you appreciate that we post twice a week, you can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. Or if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can find us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to support us on social media, we do have an Instagram, a Threads, and a Goodreads at The Book Fix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. And we also have a TikTok at The Book Fix, THEBOOKFIX. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why don't we read some ratings?
Let's read some reviews.
Oh, that's what I meant. This comes from Larissa, who gave it a 5 out of 5. And she says, y'all, what? I have been anticipating Josh and Jules since Twisted Love, but nothing could have prepared me for this. Okay, let me stop screaming as I try to gather my thoughts. This motherfucking book was everything. I have quite literally no complaints. I really like Twisted Love, and I adore Twisted Games, but Twisted Hate? Nothing compares. The way Josh and Jules had me in a chokehold the whole book, their A1 banter, their impeccable spicy scenes, their deeper connections. I could have go on and on. This was one of the very few books I've seen where the enemies never lose their banter and their edge even after they turn lovers. I fell in love with Jules Ambrose and everything she's been through, and Josh motherfucking Chen, no words. I also love the domestic scenes and the fact that we got to see Alex and Ava and Bridget and Reese. I'm so excited for Stella and Christian. I could cry. 5 stars if that wasn't obvious enough. Still hate me? Always.
That was a quote.
Love that. No, that was me. I'm kidding.
Okay, this comes from Basiliki. They gave it 1 out of 5, and they wrote, "Why did Josh do that? What was the reason? It was so cruel and unnecessary. It completely ruined his character and the romance." Sad face.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye. No thoughts. No thoughts in this head.
Silence.
Just vibes only.
You think it's weird if you started dating someone and they were just kind of like, I want to show you my favorite movie?
And it's Finding Nemo.
Yeah. This kind of goes back to what I didn't mention it when we filmed it. But Wildfire, when his date idea was to take her somewhere and a projector to watch fucking Ratatouille. Mm-hmm. I thought that idea was cute. If someone pulled up fucking Ratatouille... just because of a joke I made, like I called him like Ratatouille instead of Remy. I think that was the joke. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna walk home.
I think the idea is cute.
Yeah,
but I would prefer it if it was like a movie, either a movie that was really, really meaningful to you, or a movie you haven't seen and I haven't seen, and we just want to experience this together.
Yeah, yes, I agree. They would have to tell me like, Finding Nemo, it saved my son.
It gave me the map to find my own son.
And the TV's over there. It's like, I want to show you. It comes on. That's actually everything. I go back on what I actually really like it. 5 out of 5 book.
What movie would it be? Like, what movie would it have to be for you to be like, no, and then just leave? Because I feel like if they pulled up Ratatouille, you would still stay.
Yeah, I would
What
stay.
movie would it be that you'd be like, I'm fucking leaving, bye?
I'm not even saying this to be funny.
Oh, God.
Be like, but Finding fucking Nemo. Actually, you know what? Finding Nemo, I'm fine with. You pull up fucking Finding Dory. I'm out of there, dude. Out the fucking window.
I fucking know you so well.
Well, you know how I feel about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finding Dory. That's my one. Would it be also?
No, I was thinking more of like they pulled up like Hostel or Terrifier. I'd be
actually,
like, I'm
that's
fucking leaving. Bye. Hostel. Have you seen that one? It's very, very gory.
If they pulled up gore on like a first date, like, babe, sit down. Candles everywhere.
They're like, this is my comfort movie.
No, I'm fucking not staying for that shit. Hell no. Was it? Well, I don't even want to talk about that, but that's like psychopath behavior.
Yeah.
Hell no.
It's like American Psycho. This is my favorite movie. Bye.
I pull a fucking like Gone Girl.
One time, that would be sick. One time I had a guy tell me that American Psycho was like his favorite book. What the actual
I'm
fuck?
sorry that you had to go through that. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Blocked.
I get it. Valid. And you're just like, that's funny because my favorite book is the script to Finding Nemo.
How did you know?